with your host, Upper Perkiomen School District Superintendent, Dr. Alan Roche.
And we're back for part 2 of the podcast, an overview of the Innovation Fair. Please welcome 2 students that are going to talk to us about all year school, and stay tuned all the way to the end to hear from one of our school board members. And we're back. We're hitting it out of the park tonight with another student duo. Let's welcome Aubrey and Jake, who's going to talk to us a little bit about all year schooling. So, wow, that's a big concept. It would be life-changing for some of us, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So thanks for joining me tonight at the podcast. Thanks for really putting your hard work out there and presenting. So welcome.
Thank you for having us.
So talk to us a little bit about your idea. What motivated you to, first of all, come up with the idea, and then to say, you know what, we're going to put ourselves out there and present at the Innovation Fair?
So definitely we decided that we wanted to do it because it would help students overall in general and the district as a general, because it helps with regression, and definitely it keeps students more social and it keeps them from being burnt out at the end of the year, because as school months go on, more and more work piles up and students just get tired. So having the model we looked at was 45 days on and then 15 days off.
Okay.
So then it would be 45 days of school and then
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Right. 3-week break.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. How about you, Jake? What are your thoughts?
In Mr. Parada's social studies class, we had a question that said, would you like all year round schooling? And I dug a little deeper into it, and I'm like, man, this is a great idea for something for our school. And just having that efficient schedule continuing, and having the students be affected by this, being burnt out less, and just overall having that 15-day break to communicate with friends, and just having a good time during that 15-day break would just be very good for our school and our students.
What's the setup for the classes? Is it still a normal day with 6 or 7 classes rotating through?
Yeah, so
Okay.
it would be still a normal school day, except it would be for the 9 weeks.
Right.
And then you would have your 3 weeks off. So it'd still be our normal schedule, 7:35 to 2:30.
Right. But to help reduce on regression, I guess the materials would be taught. It would almost be like a self-contained unit, closing out at 9 weeks, and then a little break, and then picking up some new material. So what are you hoping comes out of tonight when you're presenting your ideas and getting some feedback from people?
We're definitely hoping that some people would take it into consideration, and we've had a lot of people come up and talk to us and say that they wanted us to do more research on it, because they would be really interested in taking the idea and trying to run with it.
Yeah, there are states. I have my niece teaches in Virginia, and she's on a similar schedule and she loves the 3 weeks off. She's able to go back to home and do a little travel, and she swears by it. Says it's fantastic.
That was one of our key points too, was family vacations, because a lot of times parents, they still work over the summer, so even if their kids don't have school, they might not be able to get off of work.
Right.
So having those 15-day breaks throughout the year would help with parents being able to get off work and taking their kids on a vacation during those 15 days,
Right.
instead of pulling them out of class where they're losing learning time and not getting
Yeah. In other states, Oklahoma specifically, the whole state, college, K through 12 and colleges are all on the same spring break for that exact reason, so that people can plan as a family. Doesn't matter if you're in elementary or secondary or even in college, they're promoting that. So that's an interesting concept. Great. Well, thanks for joining me today on the podcast. I look forward to going out and listening to your presentation.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Our next presenter that's presenting tonight at the Innovation Fair is Sarah Conrad. She's working with Mr. Kurzwig, our athletic director, on a topic of athletic community sponsorship program. So welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
I see you have your presenter button on there.
Absolutely.
Ready to go. Talk to us about this concept of sponsorship programs for athletics.
Yep. So currently we have an athletic sponsorship program, which is a banner sponsorship that is 1 year. You purchase the banner, we hang it up in Keeney Stadium during the football season. We're looking to revamp that completely and go into a tiered system, which allows you to purchase a 1 year, 2 year, or 4 year agreement sponsorship. We're also changing the levels so that it includes aluminum signs versus mesh signs. It adds the ability to put sponsorships on our school's website,
Okay.
on our athletics website, as well as game day sponsors to come to a football game, set up your own promotional table, and be involved in the game itself to, support your business.
Would that
locally.
include, like, this first down is sponsored by
Correct.
blah, blah, blah?
Yep.
You know,
Yep, exactly like
quarter,
that.
quarter break sponsors or
Yep.
game sponsors.
Correct. Yep.
Maybe walking out to the center of the field, that
Yep.
type of thing.
Yep, absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah, I see that from different games and things that I've been
Yep.
into. So besides football, what are the other things that are in the stadium that if I was a prospective sponsor, would I have access to? We know football.
Yep, so we want to branch this out. Currently, it's only been in Keedy Stadium, so we're looking to bring this to Tribe Stadium, Bonnet-Kemper Field, the softball field. You have the opportunity to pick your location of your sign as well, to display if you have a preference or you have a child on a team or there's an area where you think you could, get to your...
So it's customizable.
Yes,
That's
correct.
awesome. That's
Yep.
great.
So it'll be a change, but something that we're looking forward to pushing out this upcoming school year.
Yeah, I think the interesting part is how does a business that gets approached by many people find the value in
Right.
supporting the program, knowing that it could be a little more than that has been in the past, but how are they getting that return on investment for
Yep.
themselves?
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
our goal is you're going to see changes within our facilities. And we have produced a 5 to 7 year plan that we hope to be able to use this funds for, and you're going to be able to see that change moving forward.
Yeah, so the sponsorship money would be directed into athletics.
Correct.
Because I know people get frustrated with anything goes to a school, it goes in the general fund, and then it's not
Correct.
going where it wants to go.
Yes.
So a separate program like this, if it's funneled and written in a certain way, would go directly back to athletics.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it brings the student experience to our kids and their athletic experience. It changes the whole game.
Right.
for
This has the
them.
potential to be ready for next fall.
Yep, our goal is to push this
Right.
out the late spring or early summer to prepare for the fall season so that you'll be able to see these new signs, new businesses getting involved from the community, local area,
Right.
out on our field during those games.
Great. Great. Well, thanks for being here tonight. We appreciate hearing this.
Thank you.
And look forward to going out and hearing the presentation in a little while.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you. And we're back with our next presenters. Can you believe it? We have 2 more students that are joining us here that are a part of a much larger group of students that are presenting on Sponsor a Scholar, an AT test support program. So please welcome Paige and Malin to the podcast. Welcome.
Hi, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what inspired you to say, you know what, we're going to put our idea in there and present it to the community?
Well, we noticed a great need for help for students who necessarily can't afford the amount for the AP tests because some students are taking multiple and it's just a large sum for them to bear, sometimes by themselves or sometimes that their parents can't help afford for them.
Sure. What's the average cost, or is there a cost per
The
AP?
standard average cost is $99
Okay.
per the exam and then $53 if you're in the free and reduced lunch program.
Okay. And you could take 2 or 3, it's still the same amount?
Yes.
There's no discount as it goes up?
No discount.
No? Okay. And you say most students either pay for it themselves, because at that point you're probably working a little bit,
Yeah.
or your parents pay
Yeah.
for it? Yeah. So what's the idea? What are you pitching as part of the Innovation Fair tonight?
So the overall idea is that students who want the financial help, they can take an application. So they'll be able to put themselves into a group of people where a grant committee, who we haven't decided yet, but it will probably be some administrators, will be able to approve these students, and we'll be able to ask the community or anyone who really wants to donate for donations in order to sponsor a scholar. So they'll be able to apply and get the chance at having their tests be paid for, which would allow the students to want to pass and get them a possibility for college credit.
Do we know how many students take the AP class but don't take the exam? Like, is there a percentage typically, or?
So in our original research, we found through a Google form that we did, around 70 students answered back, and of those 73-ish students, we had 14 respond saying that they weren't able to afford the AP test, and of those 14, we found that, interestingly enough, 7 of those kids were in the free and reduced lunch program, and 7 of those children were not in the free and reduced lunch program. So we found a similar need based on no matter your financial situation or what you're classified in at the school, there's still a financial need no matter what your subject is
Right.
in that school financially.
So just doing rough math, and just, I'll tell you a secret, I never took an AP exam when I was in high school. But about 20% is what you pretty much roughly
Yeah,
average
yeah.
there, yeah. Are there students that go into the AP, that take the AP class and say, I'm not taking the exam from day one, I'm just here for the quality points or whatever it would be as a part of the GPA?
Just for that challenge there, yeah.
Yeah.
There's definitely students who take AP classes who don't intend on taking the AP test, or they don't end up taking it for other reasons, like they missed the deadline and they don't want to have to pay the additional $40 fee
Sure.
for the late.
And that's College Board, right? That's
Yeah,
separate.
exactly.
Not us, College
Yeah.
Board.
Yeah, so it's an additional $40 if you turn in the form for registration late, which is another financial burden for the students. So it would be probably our priority for them to get it in early and not have to worry about that extra $40. But many students, it's not only a financial thing, but they just have other personal reasons that they don't take the test.
So how do we get the starting money? How do we get the seed money to get this going? What's the initial thought or the initial ask?
Yeah, so we're basically just seeking to start this up by initially AP classes and eventually build ourselves into dual enrollment, SAT, ACT, but we're looking for donations from local alumni, community members like community businesses, and just anyone who's looking to donate to the betterment of our high school students here.
Right, so it's wide open.
Yeah, wide open to anyone who's looking to just give back to the students' academic success.
And has been in contact with the Education Foundation?
Yes,
Yes,
we
we
have.
I thought I did when I talked to Mrs. Hilligus, this concept, the idea was out
Yeah.
there a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, good. Well, what are you hoping today? Coming at it tonight, I just saw everyone smiles and happy, and
Yes.
when I just popped my head out there, it seemed like there was a good crowd coming through, getting some feedback. What are you hoping a week from now, 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, that there's some energy behind it?
Yes.
We're really just hoping for the community to be aware of it and hopefully be seeing that it'll be implemented soon. And we just kind of want it to be known before it gets sent out there that they have the opportunity to help the high schoolers. And tonight we're here just to kind of get our word out there and ask people of the community if they'd be willing to donate, alumni, anyone who really
Alumni is a
attempting
good
that.
angle for that, because if they've gone through, they've been successful, they know the value. AP is definitely a standard.
Yes.
That they know it's not just a class, so to speak. There's definitely a standard, and we're proud of our AP teachers, we're proud of our AP students, and the work that you guys do.
Yeah.
So, awesome. Well, thanks so much for joining me on the
Thank you.
podcast, and I
Thank
look
you
forward to
so
seeing you out
much.
there. Absolutely, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, our next presenter is an administrator here at Upper Perk, Mrs. Sharon Shipe. She's at our Innovation Fair talking about community education programs. So welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So talk to us a little bit about the idea and the concept that you're sharing tonight of community education.
So the community education program is something that I believe we had many, many years ago in the community, and then it faded away. So it's something that I really see is a need to bring back. It would be great for the adults who are away from the community during the day because they work, and then they're here nights, weekends, summers. It's not something that would compete with existing resources in the community. It's something that would fill the gap and provide another opportunity for people to engage in all types of classes, to learn things. And, we have the Senior Center, we have the Y, we have lifelong learning, the library, the Chamber of Commerce. They all offer various educational opportunities, but most of them are during the day. And so the working crowd of people, of parents, of folks maybe who don't have children in the district and don't have a reason otherwise to interact with the district, by offering a community education program, we would be bringing all of those folks to the district. They'd get to utilize our resources. We have a lot of great resources here. We've got our X Lab, we've got gymnasiums, fields, classrooms, and in addition, we have a wealth of knowledge within our community of folks who are very talented in their area of expertise. We've got people with gardening, with AI, with computer technology, with investing, painting, various types of art. And so really just connecting people who want to learn something with people who want to share their knowledge. and ultimately a moneymaker both ways, because the people who are sharing their knowledge are making a little extra income doing that, and the district is making a little extra money by, having the registration fees.
So the title, as I'm looking at it here, Connecting Talented Community Members with Learners of All Ages Through District-Based Enrichment Programs. So really, it sounds like what's offered is at the whim of the teachers. So their area of expertise or something that they're passionate about, whether it's a program that we have facilities for, it could be knitting, it could be anything, like you mentioned lifelong learning. I can see something like that. So really, the topics are unlimited.
Limitless,
Yeah.
right. And so I think my vision for the program would be that we would initially do a community survey and see what types of topics people are interested in, and then we would base the initial set of course offerings off of that. So popular courses could be offered over and over again.
yeah.
And then you could also have things that change by season, because maybe you're inside for something. Maybe you're doing gardening in the spring, but not necessarily in the fall. Right. So we would just be able to see, it's really about meeting the need of the community, and also about finding out what are people looking to learn, but what are people also available to teach.
Right.
Because it's connecting learners and connecting those who want to learn.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I've seen this type of program be successful in other districts that have that. Like you said, it was here at some point, and
right.
and it's not at the time. So
Right. It's Perkiomen Valley and Souderton and Central Bucks are the closest ones to
Okay.
us. And they offer programs for children, but they also offer programs for adults as well.
right.
All throughout the year. And like I said, it just ends up being a win-win. It's a win for the district for getting folks in to see our facilities.
Yep.
It's a win for the people who are looking for an opportunity to learn something and they don't have a place right now nearby to go to. And it's a win for the people who have that knowledge and are willing to share it by teaching a class.
Right. Great. It's got some great ideas there, so I'm looking forward to seeing some of the feedback, and I'm going to be coming around a little while to hear your presentation.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
All right. And our next presenter is another student. So excited to have Mackenzie Lauman on to talk about how less technology can improve school life. So welcome. Good to see you. Thanks for being here tonight. Tell us a little bit about your project.
We are doing how less tech can benefit the school because not many students like technology, and it takes kind of long to open your Chromebook. If you forget your charger, your badge, it takes kind of long.
When you say your badge, you mean the clever badge
Yeah.
to get in? Okay. So what's the solution in terms of some of the programs that we're doing and teachers are using the Chromebooks with classes?
We think that two main programs that we use, IXL and Accelerated Reader, they cost a decent amount per year. For example, IXL costs $14,000 per year for middle school and high school, and Accelerated Reader costs $4,000 just for middle school.
Okay.
So we think by reducing them, by teaching those IXL skills in an actual classroom, and maybe doing the Accelerated Art Reader tests more on paper, that it could less the app, and it could less use technology.
So for some people that are listening today and they don't understand what IXL is it a part of your math class? Is it a part of your regular class? Can you just explain that a little
Yeah,
bit?
we use it in math, ELA, science, and that's it.
Okay. So you use them to supplement some of the work that the teachers are. So they are teaching. It's not an online course altogether. It's a separate thing that they set you up on and get you going for some additional practice.
Yeah.
So you're saying if that was happening with the teacher or in a different, less technology way, that we could save some money as well as maybe more connected.
Yeah.
Great. What is your hope what inspired you to come to present tonight?
Well, we thought that we usually have debates. Me and my friends, we have debates on stuff that the school would do better. And then when we saw it on the announcements, we were like, hey, we should come and present one of our ideas we debate about.
Yeah, that sounds. First of all, that's awesome to hear that you guys are talking about how to make school better and that you stepped up to do that. So who are your fellow presenters? You want to give a shout out to your fellow presenters that aren't right here with us?
Max Thackray and Ruby Reinstein. Ruby couldn't make it,
Okay.
but she still helped a lot with the project.
Right. So you're excited to pitch your ideas to some people as you walk through?
Yep,
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it as well. So thanks so much for joining me.
of course.
Next up on the podcast is one of our presenters who's actually a school board member as well as a parent and a community member, Mrs. Trina Schaarschmidt. So welcome.
Thank you.
And I have the topic as research-based achievement correlation. So explain to me what that is.
Well, families having dinner together is one of the top indicators of student success. So I talked about how the school could support families, making sure they understand how important that is, and making some space for families to be able to do that. I thought of some different ideas, and I was thinking about the cost of things too. I didn't want something to be another initiative that costs more money to the district. So I thought of ways that, for example, in the athletics department, if they could merely just say more frequently, okay, we have practice from this time to that time, and then from, say, 5 to 6, that's your family time. Bring your family out to the game or to the practice, and we can set aside a tailgate area or a place your family can put down like a blanket, do a little picnic at the baseball game or something.
So being very specific and targeted to those opportunities for families to be included as well as to enjoy the school as well.
Exactly. And Upper Perk does do a lot of this. I just thought maybe a more direct push from some specific different areas in the curriculum, like the athletics department and the music and the arts, they could be more specific about this is going to be time. If your family comes, this is how you guys are going to have dinner together. For example, my daughter was taking a sport, and her coach would tell the kids that, we have practice, it starts at 3 right after school, and then, we have the game, and nobody gets home until 10. And I asked my daughter, are you going to pack a lunch? And she said, my coach didn't tell me to. So it's like, maybe just it's enough for the coaches.
The power of influence, the power of being strategic.
And I also think that some families aren't really aware of the correlation between student success and family dinners. So I thought maybe spreading more awareness about that. In addition to family dinners, that one thing that helps students be more successful is better attendance, and family dinners do influence that as well as scores. So I talked about incentives that students could receive for good attendance, like maybe they could join a raffle for a free ticket to the prom. Or something like that.
That'll motivate people. We actually, as a student out there, we were just talking about parking spots.
Yes,
that could be a motivation.
That too. A preferred maybe like customer of the month, except, you had great attendance. And I was careful not to say perfect attendance necessarily, but improved and consistent attendance is something that's definitely trackable. Because some students have certain things they have to tend to, which I understand.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining me today. Was there anything that really said that you're like, I'm going to do this? The idea's out there, and I'm going to throw my ideas out there.
For the Innovation Fair?
Yeah, for the Innovation Fair.
I was thrilled that, when this idea was pitched, I was just thrilled. This is something that, as a young teacher, I had on my bucket list of things to do, and I thought that as, like, a 9th grade English teacher, I would get the community in, and we would do a big event, and you did it.
Yeah, thank you. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody that's out there. So
Thanks
so much for joining me.
Yep.
Thank you so much for listening to our entire Part 1 and Part 2 of our podcast. Stay tuned for our next episode in April, where we're going to hear more great things about what's taking place at Upper Perk. As always, I am proud to be UPSD.